thing about life after lockdown is that this little guy gets to spend lots of time with his cousins and his little friends now that they can hang out together. The best part about life after lockdown is taking Teddy to senior experiences like the elephants at Auckland Zoo.
Hey guys, Jen here, online personal trainer from Real Health NZ. The best thing about life after lockdown for me has been visiting my amazing friends and family and also heading down to my favourite local cafe for a coffee fix.
Hey everybody, hey guys, welcome to Quarantine with Kim Season 2. I've got a bloody legend as a guest today. Miss Kerry-Lee is joining us. You know her from all the things on the television, Shortland Street included. We're going to play a game today. I've got your guys' fan 5 questions that you sent in. We're going to talk about Chernobyl, Big Little Lies, lockdown, all the lockdowns that Kerry has done. And we're going to do a bit of a cheers. So without further ado, Miss Kerry-Lee, welcome.
Good morning, Kim. Cheers.
Cheers. What do you have as a drink there?
I have a plunger coffee, Havana coffee, supporting New Zealand.
Good
brews.
drugs. And no creamer, no milk, no collagen, no...
No, only because the collagen is flavoured and not that I just like it as a separate drink, but definitely do that every morning.
Okay, good. I was worried that I would get really hairy if I started taking collagen.
Really? I didn't think about that.
Okay.
Is it a thing?
My hair here, and I'm like, I'm already like dealing with some arm here that I'm not stoked
With
about.
a little bit of the old muzzy?
yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't need to sprout more hairs. Is that what's going to happen? Okay, so run me through the highlight and lowlights of what lockdown was for you, because you were in many different forms of lockdown. So a highlight and a lowlight.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of people actually did end up really enjoying it, but I really had an incredible time of just doing literally nothing and only the things that were important and connected to only the people that were important. And I just think it was a really lovely time to just sort of sit back. I guess we're all on the same page and kind of reflect and take check. And that was just, overall, that was what I took out of lockdown. Mm-hmm. A low light. I don't know, eating a lot. Is it a low light? I baked a lot and ate a lot.
Were you part of this banana bread club that just was always banana breading?
No, tell me about this. I haven't even heard.
Oh, I thought that just everyone was baking banana bread. I just thought banana bread was banana cake, but it's a whole different realm.
Really?
Apparently.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Did you make one?
No, I didn't. I can't cook. I try, but it's not. It ends up becoming quite a depressing activity for me. So it's like, it's not good for my mental health.
Okay.
I should get better at it, but I shine in other areas. Cooking isn't one of them. I wish it was though. But tell me, because you kind of you came to New Zealand, were going to do Dancing with the Stars. They put you somewhere else. They're here. So but overall you were okay with all of that?
Yeah. So, I feel like I can talk about this because it's sort of, it slipped out that I was one of the contestants. So, but without saying anything else about anyone else, I'd come back from Australia to start training and had done a couple of days worth of that. And then got put into isolation. Self-quarantine, I guess. And so had started that for 2 weeks, which again was really nice. I was like, okay, I'm here. It was like an Airbnb with some sheep in a paddock and stuff. So I was like, well, this is lovely. New Zealand experience. And then during that 2 weeks, we kind of found out that we were going to go into lockdown. So I went straight from there into the nationwide lockdown. And yeah, I mean, the most frustrating part, I guess, of that initial 2 weeks for me was that everyone else was training, dancing, dance training, and I was having 2 weeks that I couldn't, and I was like, this is unfair. It's not going to be a level playing field when we start. I'm going to be 2 weeks down.
Were you
Yeah.
were you like YouTubing stuff? I mean, one of your actual fan 5 questions was we're jumping all over the place here, was had you started your training? So yeah, and was it challenging? So you got 2 days. So here's my thoughts. I like to think I'm really carefree, but history tells me I'm not at all. I'm just really intense. And so anytime I've tried to partner dance, I can't quite give over that control to be led.
Control. Yeah.
How did you
I
find
feel like this may have become a problem, but I didn't quite get that far.
Okay. Oh, you didn't even get to do any partner stuff.
So we did 2 days of 5 hours worth of training. And it was going really, the first hour was like, what? I'm going to die. I'm going to break a limb on national television. And yeah, so that was.
But you were on Shortland Street, so you'd know how to deal with that. That's how.
Absolutely. No Kylie is here.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Anyway, so we've done that. But then sort of the second day I started feeling a bit better about it. And I was like, this is going to be fun. I am ready for it. And then, and then that just came to a grinding halt, unfortunately. And so, but yes, so in those 2 weeks, the start of them, I was, doing lots of stretching, because that was the biggest thing. I was like, how do we do all the limbs everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Did a bit of that and watched a bit. And that was what I had to do at the time. I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, I'm going to get you to try switch back to your Wi-Fi now. It's like it holds it for 5 minutes and then switches back. So, this is the joys that we have of a pre-record. Oh, it's like it just wants to pick one, and now that's great.
Is it really?
Yeah, so it just keeps switching. That's fine. This
Okay.
is why we do it this way. Okay, so we're going to do your fan 5. We already have answered one of them. These are questions that people are just chomping at the bit to get this information from you.
I'm so intrigued.
I chose the 5 that I wanted to. I'm like, right, I get to kind of play God in a weird way and go, that's right, that is a great question, actually. Okay, so number 1. How do you stay motivated to working out? Because do you ever get sluggish? And if you do, how do you kind of energize?
Do I get sluggish? I absolutely get sluggish. And there's days that I don't want to train. And I'm trying to be better at listening to myself and not doing it those days.
Okay. You realize that most humans would probably feel that they don't want to do it at all every day. So listen to themselves. Kerry-Lee told me to listen to myself. So
I'm just never doing anything. Yeah. But also, I feel like it's such a reward for me. Like if I just do a little something that's a bit of a challenge on a daily basis, and I get some stuff out, have a bit of a sweat, I feel like I love eating, Kim, a lot. I love my food. I could just do that as my pastime. So it's just my reward, I guess, Yeah.
Sure. That's nice.
Yeah.
What do you miss about Shortland Street?
Oh, good question. Probably, this just seems so generic, but it's just the people, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't know if you knew this, but Franny, who was one of the editors who's been there since day 1, finished up yesterday. Did you know that?
Did she?
Yeah. So you should send her or send Flora a message and she'll send it. But yeah, I echo that. I think people always ask me that all the time, like, what do you miss? And it's like, it's a stressful, high pressure environment where everyone is forced to kind of work above their job description in some regards, but it's an amazing environment, but it means that you get to know people at like a really intense level, which is really cool.
Exactly. Yeah. And these sort of heightened, in this heightened state. And but absolutely. I mean, it's the people, and you kind of feel like you've lost a limb somewhat, but then also that they're never going to be that far away, you know, like you could reconnect very quickly if you walk back in the door, you know. So
I don't, this is just a personal question from me, because it was something that I wasn't really expecting. It's kind of like, you leave the building, say, and you film your last scenes, and it's very emotional. But what no one ever prepared me for was when that episode, your last episode, airs, because you've already been removed from the building and the people for probably 8 to 10 weeks at that point. And I actually really struggled when my episode aired. I wondered if you had that experience that you kind of weren't expecting, to like, oh.
Yeah, that's so funny, because I did, and I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh, the hard work's done, you know, meaning the tears. I've cried the tears. I've processed it all. I thought that I dealt with it, and I had quite a long time to do it as well, because I made a call quite early on in the year last year, and so I thought that I had plenty of time to deal with it. And then the episode aired, and I had a cry, and I was like, okay, I'm not over this, but so
weird,
I hear you. Yeah.
I remember just no one preparing me for that, and then you go, oh, okay, because it's for everyone else who maybe wasn't expecting it, is kind of like, oh, this is our loss, and like, help us. Okay, so we did number 3 already. That was your Dancing with Stars question. We bumped that up early. Okay, it seems like you're a water baby. Did you grow up with boats or on the water, or is this something that you fell in love with later in life?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like, because I drink a lot of water. It's like always the thing that people say to me. They're just like, oh, do you drink a lot of water? So I was like about to answer that question. Yeah, I guess I do like water. Growing up around it, grew up in Cape Town in South Africa, and yes, there's much like here, a lot of water. Swam. I was a competitive swimmer. Do you like the actions? Yep, that's how you swim.
I do. Yeah. What was your go-to stroke? Were you like 50-meter fly?
Backstroke, probably like 50-meter back.
See, I used to always cheat in backstroke and hook my fingers into the lane ropes and propel forward.
No, you didn't.
100%. But I was probably in like the last tier group where they're like, now the charity race for these for like slow swimmers. So I would always hook and pull. I'm pretty sure everyone probably knew what I was doing, but I was like,
great strategy though.
I guess you were actually a good swimmer. And then the last one was which I thought was a really good question, hence why I chose it. Like being an actor, obviously things are really unpredictable, and basically the essence of this question, I'll paraphrase it, is like how do you find that balance of not being fully stressed out when you don't know what's coming in the future? And that's based off of the fact that a lot of people in COVID were kind of instantly unemployed, whereas actors were like hired, not hired. So yeah, how do you I guess the question is more how you balance those like in between seasons.
Yeah, so I guess this is the first taste of it, isn't it, for me, for a long time, because I was on Shorty for almost 8 years. So we shall see.
Sure.
But I think to be honest, I feel like I'm really ready for that. That was why I made the call. Like I'm ready just to do something a little bit different and just take the pace out of it all. Like I was just living a very fast-paced, high-pressured existence there for a while, and I just wanted something a bit different. So I think I'm going to be okay with the lull, as the industry does, the ups and downs. But who knows? I might get over it quite quickly. But for now, I'm okay with this.
That's good. That's awesome. If you can like lean into those quiet times and appreciate them. Because I always find, for me personally, like whenever I'm really busy, I'm like, I just want a day to do nothing. And then when you have a day to do nothing, all those voices kind of like, well,
yeah, of course. And I think it was kind of like initially through lockdown, I was like, okay, well, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
I've lost the job effectively. But that's okay. It's no fault of my own, if you will, And then as the weeks kind of went on and things started getting back to normal, don't get me wrong, like you know, that voice in the back of my head was like, okay, well now what are you going to do? And it is scary. And look, I worry on like a daily basis. I'm the ultimate warrior, the warrior.
Yeah.
But people around me are just trying to say, this is not going to be forever. Like, you are going to get a job and you are going to be really busy again. It's your personality. It's, you know, of course you're going to do that. So just sit in this and just enjoy it. It's hard to do, but I'm doing my best.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Are you how has your mental health been? Are you usually someone who's pretty good with all that stuff, or are you prone to anxiety? Or
Yeah, I think I'm definitely prone to, and being just anxious. When there's a lot on, I get quite overwhelmed.
What is like what is your
sorry.
like get out tip for being overwhelmed? Because that feeling of overwhelmed is pretty universal, whether it's like actors or I'm sure like I can't even imagine being like a parent, and you know, during lockdown when you were kind of like they were teaching kids and trying to do it, like that feeling of overwhelm. Lots of people do like this breathing technique or something. I don't know. They pinch. I don't know what they do.
I've not even heard of this, but okay.
Way wrong. I don't.
Do you do?
Maybe it's just a nostril block, but for some reason they did it with these fingers. I don't know. Do you have anything kind of quirky like that you do, or you just breathe?
Probably just eat.
Oh,
no, that's not a healthy thing to say.
That's fine.
No. I mean, I want to say exercise, but that makes me seem like I'm some crazy athlete that like loves to go to gym every month, and I really don't. It's like it is almost a chore for me, but it's like a chore with a reward. So I'm like, oh, I just gotta go do this thing, and then I can just sit on the couch and do nothing for a bit, you know. And I don't know, is that what helps me deal with my feelings of overwhelmedness? Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah, that makes sense, because you're kind of getting your body moving, getting yourself outside of your kind of thought process a bit.
Yeah, I meditate. That's been a really big thing for me. I started last year in March, and I've pretty much been consistent twice a day. Pretty much been consistent twice a day for 20 minutes. Yeah, and that's
20
really
minutes
helped.
at each end of the day.
Yeah. First thing when I wake up, and then another. The afternoon. Yeah.
Can you explain to me how, when you first wake up and you meditate, you don't fall back asleep?
I turn the lights on before I meditate, so that when I open my eyes, I'm like, oh no, not time to sleep, time to do things.
Awake, but still got it. And are you doing guided meditations, or just you can take your own journey?
Yeah, I do have a mantra, and so you just kind of use that to, I guess, get you into some sort of state. I guess I don't like to put names on anything. Whatever it needs to be for you. In that 20 minutes, just having the intention of sitting down to meditate is enough to be doing the right thing.
Yeah. Did you say you started March last year? So I should meditate. I am like the perfect candidate for someone who would benefit a lot. I'm not very good at persisting things that I'm not kind of good at right away. And meditation for me has been that. So like, say you started in March, at what point did you feel like, oh, I get this, I can actually not just be putting a shopping list in my head type situation?
I still question it.
Okay.
I still go, oh yeah, I'm just thinking a lot, I'm just thinking a lot. I'm just doing my daily tasks in my head. But I've got people around me that have done it and are consistent with it, and I've got tools and like the group that you can access, and that's with this type of meditation. That's okay. All the thoughts are okay. And I think that's what I love about it, is that there is no pressure, no expectation. You're doing it for you. And as I said, the intention of just sitting down to do it is enough. And if the thoughts come into mind, don't have an issue, don't judge it. Like, if you need to be thinking about it, think about it, and then afterwards just put it aside and try not. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's so good. I like the idea of if you need to be thinking about it, because that's a great way of putting it, because my brain will just go like, we don't need to think about this, but let's do it. Let's go all in.
But I think that you'll be surprised, because maybe once you've spent persevered through that like first 5 or 7 minutes, and you've like done all those lists or like thought all the things, hopefully then it's like taking a shovel and like kind of biffing it out and being like, okay, and now nothing.
Yeah, great. Okay, I'll persist. I feel like it'll be good for me. So we have this game that we play, and it's like quick fire answers. It's called Quick Questions with Kerry-Lee, mainly because I couldn't think of alliterations that start with a K. I was like, a Q's kind of the same. So it's like 10 quick fire questions. Just, I mean, the only real limitation we have is our own time together. But yes, okay. So are you ready?
Yes.
What is your pet peeve?
Oh no, I'd hate this. Pet peeve. People that bang your doors when they open them next to yours in the parking lot. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a very good one. Okay, I like that.
Because I'm always conscious of the other person anyway.
And people go, yep, understand. Your favorite food drink combo. So like wine and pasta, or
cheese and rosé.
Great combination. Well done. I like that. Well done. If this game had points associated, you'd get points.
Okay.
The last time you cried, and why?
Talking about being overwhelmed, probably yesterday.
Yeah.
Just
what happened yesterday?
Just too much. I don't know, I'm doing this course at the moment, and all these questions and all these things, and I was just like, I just can't do it. But hey, hormones, they're a thing.
100% a thing.
They make it harder.
They do. If you could have a hot date with anyone, and hot is open to the interpreter, it could mean like a long conversation. It could be asking Gandhi about religious stuff, whatever it is. Who would it be with, and why? I know.
I'm just going to go with like the hot conversation.
Yeah.
I just go like Jake Gyllenhaal, just pure, I like your acting. Talk to me. Just that.
Good. I would love to be a fly on the wall for that. That would be a lot of fun. I reckon it's possible. What is the worst smell in the world?
Oh, I don't know. Like, do people have really bad belly button smells or something? Is that a thing? I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm not going to say the obvious thing, but I'm sure belly buttons smell really bad. I don't know. Possibly.
I feel like I don't think I'm flexible enough to smell my own. And can you smell your own? Is that?
And also, I'm not saying mine smells. I just
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone will go, oh, I don't know. Does that smell? That's amazing. The last time you spewed, and why?
Why? Well, I mean, probably because I was too drunk a very long time ago.
Sure.
Yeah. In a bush somewhere, maybe.
Classy. Now, are you someone who can like have a chunder and continue with the night, or once you spew, you're done?
I'm done. Goodbye. Home in the cab.
Do you cry when you vomit, or are you just pretty serious?
I think it's I think I'm pretty serious. Do you cry?
Exclusively. There's not a time that I vomit that I'm not crying my eyes out.
Boy, you're like, this is so bad.
Yeah, because I'm petrified it won't stop, that I'll just spew myself into an early death. Like, I don't know why. Just...
all your insight, all your organs just come out.
Well, it feels like that. It's like a very it's a very active thing. So the idea that people can, and I've seen it happen, like have a chunder and be like, give me a beer, I'm going to keep going, is like on a different planet to me.
I know, that's crazy, isn't it? And
Yeah.
just like, just sort of come back from it and,
Just-
back out, just ready to go.
Yeah. There's no part of me that's doing that. I need my own bathroom, cold tiled floor, and just to like be laying there. And I don't want.
I just lost half my insides. I cannot be here.
Exactly. It's amazing to me. What is your most attractive quality in other people? Like that you're like, oh, I love that. They're a great listener. That is the most important thing, or whatever that might be.
I just think it's so lovely to connect with someone that's just super, just down to earth. I know that seems really kind of obvious, but there's just so much peripheral, excuse my French, like shit around, and so much fakery, and I don't know, I just can really appreciate it when I connect with someone and they just are who they are.
Yeah, that's nice, eh?
Yeah, it seems really obvious and it's quite hard to explain, but I feel like I like to think that I'm quite a good judge of character and that I can pick up on these little things that people are doing for whatever reason, and maybe for not a conscious thing of no fault of their own, and I probably do it as well, but sometimes just meet these people that are just true to the conversation and to who they are. I guess they're obviously just comfortable in themselves, and I just really appreciate that. Yeah.
What would be the best advice that you have been given? And maybe that is, I understand, a very loaded question, but maybe there's something that comes to mind, or maybe a quote that you're currently like, oh, that feels very much at the forefront.
Yeah, probably some. I don't actually know. That is a huge question. I mean, there's so much.
It might be some professional advice that someone's given you.
I mean, probably just being truthful to yourself and listening to, just honoring, I always say this, but honoring your own truth and not letting anything sort of get in the way of that.
Is that something that like you find difficult? I know that that's something I really struggled with because I'm a people pleaser. So I'll often like forgo my gut feeling just to kind of like,
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple of years ago I went, no, I need to do this more. I need to just put, just follow that initial, do the thing that, because otherwise you're just constantly fighting against it the whole time, right? And putting ourselves in situations that, and for what, so just honoring that and listening to it and being brave enough, to go with it, because as you say, that's often the thing, right? Is that you're going to let someone, or feel like you're letting someone down.
Yeah. And my brain's a bit of an asshole, so even if I'm not letting someone down, my brain will go, I think you might be letting someone down. It's like just constant. Real fun place up there. And then lastly, from the quick questions with Kerry-Lee, if you could teleport anywhere in the world right now, where would you teleport to?
Greece. That's not hard. Greece. Yeah, I would just love to, but I mean, I said that the other day, I was like, wouldn't it be lovely I saw there was some white and some blue and like a horizon, and I was like, wow, wouldn't it be amazing to be in Greece right now? I just find that place really tranquil and kind of spiritual. I don't know what it is about it. But then I was like, but it's pretty amazing here. Like, yes, I would be there if I could, but also this is pretty special.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky.
Maybe not in an airport hotel. Sorry.
You know what? I had to get up early to do something this morning, and when I woke up, there was this like beautiful rainbow kind of over these planes that have the poor things. I'm like personifying the planes, but I'm like, they probably just want to fly. But there was this nice rainbow and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet. Like, yeah, it's not ideal, but it's totally fine. Okay, so talk to me a little bit about Chernobyl. I know it's a show that you've seen. I have not seen it because as a little sensitive wee soul, I was worried that I don't know, that it would be too much for me. So prove me wrong. Tell me why I should watch it.
I really like that genre. Well, not that genre. I love something with a bit of truth, to it, like a doco-esque type thing. Obviously it's dramatized, but I love a dark type story. I just think visually it was really beautiful. The sound, just kind of haunting. I just think it was really brilliantly done. And yeah, it was just a very well told story. And I like that kind of true detective type, that kind of vibe. So it sort of fits into that. Yeah.
Is it something that you shouldn't watch right before bed? Like, what is the time of day and environment you should be watching it in?
Yes, I'll give you that recommendation. Don't be watching it before bed, especially you.
I'll call you. I'll be like, I can't sleep.
Something's gonna blow. Yeah, but I mean, but that's when we do watch, don't we? Before we probably shouldn't be. But yeah, before. Yeah, I don't know. Wake up in the morning and watch it.
Great way to start the day. What about Big Little Lies? Because I also haven't seen that. And someone described Big Little Lies as like describe this, and you can either agree with it or not, as a way to kind of like these villainous creatures become three-dimensional, kind of. Would that be inaccurate?
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say, sort of just like, all these interpersonal relationships and yes, all the characters are, all these dimensions, of course they do. And it's really surprising as the seasons, went on, like just more depth and, throughout all the characters. And it was just, I don't know, check out and check into a different life,
Would that be like a show that you would be chomping at the bit to kind of be in? A show like that, or Chernobyl or something?
Probably Chernobyl more so, that kind of dark. Not that Big Little Lies, I mean, isn't, but yeah, either of them.
You'll take either of them if they're offering?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got both of these, but you've just got to pick one, and that's how actors get jobs, you guys. They just go, did you want to be in this show?
That's what everyone says. They're like, but you've got an agent, so you're like, yes, that means nothing. And what about Home and Away?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go get a job there? Like, do you go knock on their door? I'm like, I don't want to explain this.
No, I know. It's so funny. Like, oh, well, there's the Lord of the Rings is there, so you could do that, couldn't you? And it's like,
yeah,
I'd love to. Definitely available if they wanted to give me a call.
What about
So we've reached the end of our time. That happens so fast. So at the end of the show, what we like to do is a cheers. So you get to choose who we are going to cheers to and why, while you're having a little mull over who you would like, we, the collective, you and I, but also we, the group, everyone watching it. Let me say this to anyone who would like to get a month of Neon on us. Yes, that is right. You can get a whole month. We're going to gift it to you because we're very generous like that. All you have to do is hashtag Neon, please, in the comments below during the show. Keep an eye out on our socials to find out when our next guest is coming up, so you can submit your questions and I will file through them and pick out some fan fives. I love you guys dearly. Now, Miss Kerry-Lee, as you finish that coffee, who are we going to cheers to?
Can it be us as a collective? Can we cheers to us?
We can cheers to us. Why would you like to cheers to us?
I just think that in this sort of crazy global time, I just would love us all to, be conscious of one another and act as a unit, and not as individual, this selfishness. So just everyone being supportive of one another and just, solidarity, and kindness.
I love that. Okay, cheers to us, all of us. Cheers. I love it.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kerry-Lee. You're an absolute dream. It has been one of the, I guess one of the saddest things about our careers is that we kind of keep passing like ships in the night. But
I
it is
know.
an absolute pleasure to sit and talk to you today. I love you dearly. You are a phenomenal, phenomenal actress. Hopefully one day we get to grace the screens together. And
Yeah.
I love you and thank you. Be well, be safe. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye.